Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is CryptoGenic coming at you. Today is Tuesday, September 7th at 1:34 p.m. here in sunny California. And yes, I am back here in sunny California, not in Seattle anymore. I can make better videos. Back in the office, back on the grind again. No, it's been a long time, but it's time again. Before we get started looking at these crypto charts, I want to encourage you to join my free Discord group for ideas, information, and interactions with other investors/traders. There's a link in the description. Join, and would love to have you in the group. All right, in today's video, we're going to talk about how to sleep in peace, wake in joy, and walk in love while engaged in the most volatile market of all markets, which is the crypto market. I mean, the crypto market is designed to rob you of your peace. And if your peace is robbed by what's happening in the market, you're not going to sleep very well at night, which means you're not going to have very much joy in the morning, which means you're not going to have very much love during the day. I end every video by saying sleep in peace, wake in joy, walk in love, because all three of those things go together. If you don't sleep in peace, you're not going to wake in joy. If you don't wake in joy, you're not going to walk in love. So whatever can rob you of your peace, robs you of your sleep. If it robs you of your sleep, it robs you of your joy. If it robs you of your joy, you're going to find that you don't have very much love to give during the day. And it is of utmost importance that you do not allow the crypto market to do that to you. And so the question is how? The question is how? Well, the first thing I want you to know is that the amount of your risk tolerance, the amount of risk that you are able to handle without losing sleep, will determine the kind of investments you make. I had a friend who texted me last night. He said, I've already lost 40% of my investment. And I said, you lost? You mean you sold at a loss? He goes, no, I'm still holding it. I said, oh, then you haven't lost anything. You haven't lost until you sell at a loss. And so, if you're not selling yet, then it shouldn't matter whether it's up or down today. If it's up even 1,000%, you haven't gained anything if you're not selling. And if it's down even 99%, you haven't lost anything if you're not selling. The key is to set yourself up to hold through the volatility, because you and I both know that the crypto market is very volatile, and so you need to set yourself up to be able to hold through the volatility and to use the volatility to buy certain assets on the cheap. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at this Bitcoin chart. Let's figure out what in the world is going on here. First thing I will say is that I've been calling for a retest of the 21-day EMA for the last few weeks. I've been calling for a retest of the 21-day EMA, and sure enough, we got that retest early this morning. We touched it, but look at that. The 21-day EMA is support. I drew this line a couple days ago. I did not draw this line this morning. It touched that line exactly and then turned around and moved back up. The 21-day EMA is support. So we got our retest of the 21-day EMA. Secondly, in my last video, I pointed out that I've been seeing bearish divergence on the Bitcoin chart. If I can, move this out of the way, you can see what I'm talking about. All the way back here from July 30th, we were making lower highs in the RSI on the daily and higher highs in the price action. So that was telegraphing, and I said this very clearly in my last video that we would need to basically overcome that bearish divergence, and Bitcoin would have to break above this trend, and the RSI would have to break above this trend strongly in order to overcome that. Also, we needed the MACDs to bounce at this line. But what has happened, and I drew this line back here on August 31st, expecting us to revisit the top of this trend line and then come back down and break beneath this trend line and revisit this box. It's exactly what happened, just not in the time frame that I expected it to happen. It happened very devastatingly and very quickly, which is actually a good thing, because what would you rather? If you have a Band-Aid on, would you rather somebody pull it off slowly, or would you rather them just to rip it off? Okay, so basically what happened was we needed a retest of this box. We got a retest of this box, just as I anticipated, just as we anticipated, just as we talked about. Now the question is, how long will the consolidation period transpire after we got this break? We didn't make it to the top of the trend line. We just crashed right through, retested this box. Same thing here. I expected to retest the top of the trend line and then come back down and retest the bottom of this line in the RSI. We broke above the trend line for a moment, but crashed beneath it, and now it looks like we're moving towards the bottom of this line. So we simply need to watch to see, are we going to bounce around in here for a while, or are we going to take off again? I'm still watching the 21-day EMA. If we break beneath the 21-day EMA and close a weekly candle beneath the 21-day EMA, that will that makes a strong case for us revisiting at least the bottom of this trend line here at 31,000. And but it's still, it's still a bull market. It's just taking more time than we would like. This is one of those moments where we're forced to face the fact that the crypto market moves a lot slower than we think. Now, looking at Litecoin over here, man, we had such high hopes for Litecoin. Look at this breakout. I mean, this RSI breakout is absolutely crazy. We were seeing bearish divergence in the RSI here, and all of a sudden we make this higher high in the RSI, which is really crazy. And what that does for us here is it redefines the trend. And what I'm going to do is turn this into a dashed line so we could see, the trend was here, but now the trend is here, which is still bullish, okay? It's still bullish. We could easily bounce off the bottom of this line and then break up to the top, which is what I expected anyway. I drew this line over here on August 31st, and what I expected was for us to touch the top of this line here in the middle, come down to the bottom, and then explode upward. We exploded right through that line, touched the top, and now we're coming back down to retest the bottom. So that means that we still might get some lower lows for LTC and even some of the other altcoins as well. It's just a wait and see game. I'm watching this to see, are we going to break beneath the 21-day EMA? We are testing the 21-day EMA. Whereas Bitcoin is solidly above the 21-day EMA, Litecoin is testing the 21-day EMA right on that line. But here's the beautiful thing. This is the LTC BTC chart. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know that this chart right here is my bread and butter. This is how I look at the market. I'm not just the LTC USD chart, but the LTC BTC chart, right? And the reason this is important is because, see, the LTC USD chart, it tells me how Litecoin is doing against the US dollar. This is how Litecoin is doing against the US dollar, but this chart tells me how Litecoin is doing against Bitcoin. And against Bitcoin, we've got bullish divergence in the RSI. Do you see this? Going all the way back to May 11th. Bullish divergence in the RSI. We're making higher low, higher low, higher low, higher lows, while we were simultaneously making lower lows. And from this point, from this low here, all of the sudden now we made a higher low here. Do you see that? Which means that Litecoin has already begun to play out the bullish divergence that has been telegraphed here going all the way back to May 11th, which means Litecoin is set up to outperform Bitcoin. And if you look at this humongous wedge, this humongous falling wedge right here in the price action, this is crazy. Look at this. Let me show you this. This is what I'm looking for. Let's just take it from this point here. Once we break above this wedge, my target is 409%. So let's say we break above this wedge here, 400. So basically a retest of the top. We're looking at, this is not just the price of Litecoin, this is the price of Litecoin against Bitcoin, which means that Litecoin from where it is right now, I'm expecting it to outperform Bitcoin between now and the end of the year by 636%. I'm just going to let that sink in for you for a second. So when I talk about a $1,000 Litecoin or $1,300 Litecoin or even beyond, you see I've got a target here of $1,020. That's actually not unreasonable at all to expect Litecoin, before the end of the year. What am I doing? Yeah, so that's only 477% from where we are. If we outperform Bitcoin by 636%, then against the US dollar, we'd have to do a lot better, because otherwise, if we only do 477% here, that means Bitcoin did a negative 50% or something like that, which I do not anticipate at all. So anyway, stay tuned. This market is moving. Theta token, wow, Theta token. I said in my last video a few days ago that we were just breaking above this line here in the price action, and we were just breaking above it here in the RSI as well. And I said we needed the price action to break above this trend to move towards the target. And look at what Theta token did. It not only broke above the trend, it touched the target and then crashed. $9.84. I set this target way back in here, over here somewhere. So now the question is, where you going, Theta? Do we redraw the trend? I'm just going to leave it as it was. And my question will be, how long will it take Theta to break back above this trend? How long will it take for the RSI to recover? Do we redraw the RSI? You know, we could. I'm just going to leave it as it was. Let's just see what happens. XRP. We haven't talked about XRP yet. Man, this is crazy, guys. Look at this. So we've got this more macro trend, kind of a mid-macro trend, and then we got this micro trend here. And what we saw is we were moving downward in the RSI. The RSI was telegraphing a downward move, but then in the midst of that, we start to make some higher highs here in the RSI. We've broken back down to the macro trend here. And so, but the price action is still within the trend here. So we could still break bullish out of here. We just have to watch and see. I expected us to make it to $1.57. We did not make it to $1.57. So we just kind of have to wait and see. I think any moment the SEC is going to drop its lawsuit against XRP. XRP is going to get relisted. And I tell you what, the moment XRP gets relisted, it doesn't matter what you see on the Bitcoin chart. XRP is going to go bacterial. I mean, you want to talk about sleeping in peace. You're going to sleep in peace. You're going to wake in joy the moment XRP gets relisted, because it is going to go absolutely bacterial. Crazy. XLM, last one I'll look at today. Look at what XLM is doing right now, breaking right back into the trend. Beautiful. Right back into the trend in terms of the price action. Right back into the trend. So, what does that mean? We wicked down. Now, here's the beautiful thing for me is I had a buy order here at 29 cents. I actually thought there was a strong chance it was not going to execute, but it did execute. And so I got some XLM on sale there for under 30 cents, 29 cents, which is a great buy. Very, very happy with that. Also bought some chilies this morning, if anybody's interested. I'll look at chilies in the next video. All right, folks, that's all I got for you today. Wanted to let you know I've got a new album out. If you look up Benjamin Robinson on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, any streaming network, any streaming platform that you use for music, the name of the album is Only You. Only You, Benjamin Robinson. Check it out. Would love to hear what you think. Appreciate each and every one of you. Do me a favor and smash the like button on this video. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you like the content here. Appreciate you very much for watching all the way till now. Do everything in your power to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. With that being said, this is CryptoGenic signing out.